So this lecture is titled Understanding the .NET GitHub Actions Workflow. So in this tutorial, we'll explore a GitHub Actions workflow specifically designed for building and testing .NET projects. GitHub Actions is a powerful automation tool. It allows you to set up workflows. It automates various tasks within software development projects. So let's have an overview. So we'll break down the key components of this GitHub Actions workflow step by step. The first is the workflow name. And so we have actually seen the GitHub's workflow, and let me keep it side by side so that you will relate the YAML that we have seen in the previous lecture on setting a practical demo of GitHub Actions workflow with website checker. So here it is. So let us quickly review this. This was the .NET YAML we have created for setting up the GitHub workflows in the previous lecture. So there was this name .NET, and we'll just quickly see on push branches master, pull request branches, and then we had jobs, build job, runs on Ubuntu latest, and there were some steps. So let us study all these, the full structure, and understand step by step. So this workflow name, it was named .NET. Now this is the identifier for the workflow, and it will be displayed in the Actions tab of your GitHub repository. That is the workflow name. And trigger events. So this workflow is configured to trigger on two types of events. One is the push events to the master branch when changes are pushed directly to the master branch, and other trigger event is the pull request events to the master branch. When a pull request is created or updated against the master branch, this ensures that the changes proposed through pull requests are also tested. Execution environment. The workflow specifies that it should run on an Ubuntu latest virtual machine. This means the workflow will execute on a Linux-based environment. Job definition. Within the workflow, there is a single job named build. This job is responsible for building and testing the .NET project. And then we had some job steps. So first job step was, it was consisting of several steps, each with specific purpose. So the first was actions /checkout at v3 or version 3. This step uses the actions checkout action to clone your repository into the runner's workspace. This is a common first step in GitHub Actions workflow to provide access to your project's source code. And then let's continue with the job steps, and then setup.net. The name was setup.net, and this step uses the actions setup.net at v3 action to set up the .NET runtime environment, and it specifies that it should be using the .NET version 6.0x. So let's see it again. Just to quickly recap, the steps are, we are doing the steps uses actions checkout at version 3, setup.net uses actions at setup.net at v3 with .NET version 6. Let's further continue, and we have seen there is a restore dependencies branch where the workflows runs the .NET restore command, and this command restores the project's dependencies based on the project file and NuGet.config. And there is a build step. This step executes .NET build no restore to build the .NET project. The no restore flag indicates that dependency restoration should not be performed again because it was done in the previous step. Test is the last step. Finally, this step runs the project's unit tests using the .NET test command with the no build flag, which skips the build step. The verbosity normal flag sets the verbosity level of the test runner.